Now, opposition leader Raila Odinga says the country has veered off its track in chasing the dreams of the nation's founding fathers to eliminate poverty, disease and ignorance. Odinga, who was giving a talk on Kenya at 60 ahead of the Jamhuri Day celebrations next week, faulted the government for allegedly failing to tackle the ghost of corruption, overtaxing Kenyans and failing to create job opportunities. Our reporter Tilio Marko has the details of his perspective on the country's journey since independence. Take a look.
As Kenya prepares to mark its 60th birthday on the 12th of December, opposition leader Raila Odinga was in Nairobi to give a lecture to university students on the country's rich history. Odinga began by narrating the country's 60-year-old journey and the sacrifices made by the founding leaders, keen on eliminating the three main challenges of disease, poverty and ignorance.
Many people were arrested or detained. Very many people were killed during that struggle. It's a very bloody struggle. You must remember that before that, there's a man called Wayaki Wahinga who was arrested from his home, taken all the way to the Savo, made to dig his own grave, and was buried alive in his own grave. So the struggle was very bloody.
Odinga laid the current governance scenario was against the vision of the nation's founding fathers. He faulted the government for what he alleged as overtaxing Kenyans and failing to create job opportunities for the youth within the country, while giving empty promises and making life unbearable in the country.
Today, we are way off the original dream. The nation is reeling under the heavy burden of corruption, officially sanctioned tribalism, heavy burden of taxation, and a harsh and heartless leadership. We are not the confident nation we have been over the decades. Once upon a time, Kenyans were too proud and so confident of their nation that they refused to seek jobs abroad, including the United Nations.
He also revisited the prosecution of the Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, criticizing the government for what he says are trumped-up charges. He urged Kenyans to get back on track and pursue the vision by those who paid the ultimate price in fighting for independence. During independence in 1963, our founding fathers had a dream that Kenya would be a country free of diseases, ignorance and poverty. 60 years later, and opposition leader Raila Odinga says the country is nowhere close to attaining that dream. Tilio Marko for Easy Friday.